During the late Season 2 of MC Championship, an event was held for people who have not won an event yet of MC Championship 27 Underdogs, with familiar faces and a bunch of new faces who have not touched any MCC in their career yet. And while some people were only there for that event, some stuck to this date, including one of the competitive people on the Hermitcraft server who has won countless SITS Olympics and many more. His name is ImpulseSV. And for his ride from the start of his journey in MCC 27 to now being in the good old regular event series, what's his story in the good old MC Championship? For those who are living under a rock, ImpulseSV is a well-known Hermitcraft member on, of course, well, the Hermitcraft server, specializing in technical Minecraft, gigantic builds, as well as stepping out of comfort zone when it comes to the game, from making storylines to just building, especially with his collaboration with him and B-Dubs in the Cyberpunk city. He also makes plenty of other content as well, from his addiction in Phasmophobia to his own podcast with his best friend of Schizoman. But before all of those Cyber City shenanigans and other things, in MCC, Impulse was invited to MCC 27 Underdogs in November 2022 with B-Dubs, Blushy, and an upcoming and rising event enthusiast of Shane 5 Braveman. But for Impulse, this really is a step out of his comfort zone, from just peer-friendly competitions or just the Hermitcraft space, to now, like playing in MCC, a competitive event. It is somewhat of a change, indeed. And he started off with the right foot, in the very first game of his very first event.
Yes! Yes!
Let's go! I got 6
Seconds! Let's go! Yeah, baby!
The team itself would really bond together, with Shane as really the man himself, Blushy being a teacher herself, teaching the ways of MCC, and Impulse and B-Dubs being the team's morale support through times, which spawned many top plays from both the team as well as individually.
Beat it! Get it!
Purple!
Oh, wait! Vito!
Nice try, B-Dub!
Wait,
You got the first B-Dub! You got the first B-Dub!
Well done! You guys cheered, and I thought I won, and I put my hands up!
At the end, the team is in DOS boat, and they won it all against an all-newcomer and FPS-centric team of Cyan Coyotes.
Hey, I have one more.
Yes! You did it, Lucky! Let's go!
Let's go!
Yes!
We did it!
Nice one! Well done!
Impulse would then join the main roster in the next event of MCC 28, with Purpled, Bekimon, and Scottish Major, with the team being well known for keeping that 9 out of 9 streak going for Battle Box.
Jesus, hold on. There we go.
Let's go! Nice.
Oh, man!
Huge! We're huge!
I will also say
go!
And then he came back for Season 3 in MCC 29, with Vilsa, Rikaraki, and Joe Smallish Beans, as well as some hilarious chemistry in there, especially again, with the same game of Battle Box.
Going in! Going in hot! I'm going in hot! Let's get it! Let's go, boys! Let's go!
Then he participated again in MCC 30 and MCC 32, but well, it was more competitive in his sense. Which for those two events, it really is detrimental when it comes to him finding approach of his mindset when it comes to the event. More on that later. Then we have MCC 33, which really is somewhat detrimental to the change of mindset and finding the right foot in the good old event. And the right foot is of course, using his knowledge in Crit Runners. And you can see him and his team smashing Crit Runners out of the park, especially with that redstone room. Well, that comes a little bit panicky, but the team managed to finish up on top. There was something to be remembered when it comes to MCC 33, not just the team placement of course, or even the players, but that something is about knowing your strengths in MCC. Yes, you can practice more PvP and movement of course on MCC Island or many other servers out there, but if you don't have that confidence in those skills, yeah, it will not prevail and well could lead to some not so good performances to say the least. And also your practices from those will also become a waste as well if you're not that confident of course. But if you focus on your strengths, like in this case with Impulse's Grid Runners, the outcome will be something around like what you see in the event. This would come in handy as well in Season 4 kickoff with the team ties, as well as the Ender Cup, where Railroad Rush for Season 4 kickoff and Grid Runners for the Ender Cup really proved his strength in the good old event, alongside the team of course. Like really, those two are the example of just utilizing your strengths in the good old event that is somewhat leaning towards movement and PvP. But back to the timeline here. With MCC 33 passing by comes his first RR event of MCC Twitch Rivals, with Gem, Scar and HBomb94, of course collecting the hermits. Well, what I said earlier didn't happen for this team, but they really focus on having a good time and of course, well, losing your voice in the process, especially with Impulse. And also in that event, he again do his well in his favorite tuck toss map of Terra's Blue Force.
Forward and really like move my head. I feel like my mom when she plays Mario Kart.
Let's go!
Then we have MCC Party with Cup Fan, Falsesymmetry and JoJo Solos, who he really became friends with via MCC and has done numerous collaborations and practices together with him and JoJo. And as the event is relatively unfair when it comes to the crown system, they finished lower than expected, of 8th place. But what's to be given from that event, as well as events before that, was a growing chemistry between him and some other MCC participants. Take him and Sneak for example. They really have a similar chemistry together in a way. Same goes with him and JoJo Solos. Like they are just become friends, of course. Safe to say that not only is MCC somewhat a competitive space, as you know with his trade he's a competitive person, but it is also a space to meet new faces that you may not have thought that they would be together before. This is essentially what MCC is all about at the end of the day. After Party comes the kickoff event of Season 4, and this is where the tides are turning a bit when it comes to the competitiveness, where this time it is all about having fun with the team ties, and they really do have fun. Seriously, that POV was pretty much an interesting watch to say the least. And as he mentioned as well, this event was pretty much better when it comes to making MCC both enjoyable for himself as well as the viewers. The stress in the event can sometimes really actually be shown when you are competitive or too focused, and it really can make the event in a viewer's perspective a bit boring to see. Meanwhile, having fun moments, like some in this event of Season 4 kickoff, really makes a difference when it comes to just the watchability of the good old POV. This also applies to the Ender Cup as well. While the team did not do great in the first few games, but they really brought it back towards the end. And of course in Twitch Rivals San Diego, we implement Skizz together as well as Fruit and Hannah together. And with high morale from both Impulse and especially Skizz, as well as the team hyping themselves up, the team really did amazing and was in dodgebot. And while they lost that dodgebot game, it really is a good journey from the start to the end. Watching Impulse's POV in MCC is really somewhat of a learning experience on how you would adapt to MCC and finding the right foot in the good old event. From like him getting somewhat comfortable, finding a comfortable game of grid runners, even though we shall not talk about the last event in Rivals, we should not talk about that, but also including finding his comfortable game or his comfort grounds, also finding and exploring the community that is further and further beyond Hermitcraft. And of course, from that, just like finding the approach of the event, his discovery, his learning experience, it really is impressive to see his growth from then in MCC 27 to now recently participated in MCC Twitch Rivals. And with his time in MCC, you could see that being like somewhat of influence in his future projects. Like in season 10 of Hermitcraft, there's a game-centric city, the cyberpunk city, his project, and he said that, oh yeah, he's gonna be filling this city with mini games and other kinds of stuff. And it is fascinating to see that inspiration in that scenario, in, you know, his own space, like his comfortable space in the way of Hermitcraft. And even one of the games is also inspired by MCC as well. So yeah, I would love to see, when it comes to Hermitcraft, as well as in the future, of what's to come, especially that project right there, the Ace Race inspired game. Can't wait to see the final product, as well as many possibly other things that he has plans. Impulse has a bright future in the event, and with his ongoing growth in the event and getting more and more comfortable in MCC, I'm excited to see what's to come in the future. Who's next in the Hall of Fame? Is it Shoot Chaos? Is it Vixella? Or is it Dr. Gluon? We shall see next time. Thank you so much for watching this good old Hall of Fame. Say hi to Shark. Yes, I'm pretty much just very sleepy at the moment. So yeah, that's why the videos releasing is a bit weird. But yeah, again, this is released on Sunday. There's no weekly drop this week. But next week, I'll make something up for it. Currently, the plan is... currently, there's gonna be some rescheduling again. But then I also have other things that I could do as well. But so yeah, be sure to stick around next week for that. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next Hall of Fame whenever it comes out. Alright, keep on watching the channel, guys. Goodbye.